Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Comix Division. At last we meet again. When last you saw me, I was but a guest. Now I am the host.
Indeed you are.
Hello, sir.
But you will be a guest again tonight.
Yes, indeed. Catch us on Yelling at Parked Cars tonight. Quick shout out to the chat. Culture Casino popped in earlier. Hopefully he's still there. Brightest Day. What's up, bro? It's good to see you around. Hopefully someday we'll get you on the show. Have a little role reversal there. Omega Star Productions. What's up, buddy? Hope things are treating you well. Things are crazy over there. Norway. Ugh.
Norway.
Anyway. Lasso of Truth. Everybody's favorite lady. What's up? All right. We're here to have a good time. Originally, I was going to talk about anthropology, but the only funny thing I could come up with was this. And my wife informed me that's not even factually accurate. Apparently, they cut the fake boobs out when you die, so that would have fizzled, I guess.
That's still funny as hell, though. I had no idea they cut the fake boobs out when you die.
Yeah, I didn't either until my wife told me. I'm like, how do you know that?
Yeah, seriously.
It's like, what? Anyway, so what shall we talk about, sir?
Oh, man.
I say we talk about video games,
That,
but not
that's
in a
good start.
normal way. What was the first video game you ever played?
Oh, God. Seriously, it was Pong. Like,
Yeah?
on the Atari. Was it 2600? Like, that came out in the 70s?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I was 3 when that game came out, and I promptly broke our Atari because I wasn't unplugging the joystick properly, and I bent the pins.
Ooh,
And,
yeah.
yeah. So they had to, shortly after getting it, they had to send it back. And then I don't know how long it took. It felt like ages, but it was probably like a couple of months. But yeah, Pong is like the first game I've ever played.
All right. What was the first game you ever like got hooked on? Like, can't put it down, got to play it to death kind of game.
Oh, God. I'm pretty sure. Oh, great. Hang on a second. Naturally, somebody calls me. There we go. Mario Brothers? I don't know. Let's see. There was a great game I really liked playing arcade-wise called Trajan.
Trajan.
Remember that game?
I don't.
It's like it takes place in like this post-apocalyptic world, and you basically have a sword and shield, and it was just like a side scroller.
Okay.
It was fun. I dumped a lot of coins in that game. I also like Dodgeball. That was a fun game too.
They had an arcade dodgeball, or
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Never heard of that. Well,
Yeah,
like,
it was pretty fun.
how does dodgeball work in a video game?
Basically, it's like you have teams, right? And
Right.
It's like set up like they're professional athletes, and you basically try and smack people with a ball, and they can either catch it. And if they catch it, you're out. And then if you smack them,
So
they're out.
Somebody literally just put dodgeball into a video game. And,
Yeah, that was fun.
All right.
But I also dumped a lot of time into Zelda.
Yeah. Did you play the newest
teenager?
one, the Breath of the Wild?
No, I haven't played. The last Zelda game I played was the original Zelda.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. I mean, the new one was okay, but it definitely doesn't have a traditional Zelda feel to it. So you're not really missing a lot if you liked the older Zelda games.
Yeah, I really like pixel art games. It's something I've been working on, messing around with for a while. Maybe I'll get back to it again. But I'd like to create my own pixel art RPG game. I think that'd be fun.
Hell yeah. Would you make it like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of feel RPG, or would it be more open world adventure RPG? What do you think?
Kind of fantasy.
Yeah.
I've had ideas for a while on stuff. And so, it'd be kind of like you build your character, and, when you gain experience, you basically purchase things, but
right.
That's ultimately what I would like to do. But Yeah, you gotta start small, man. You can't start big with a video game because you'll have too many ideas and it'll never get done.
I know how that is. I'm that way with a few productions right now. So, yeah, I got a couple friends that are wanting to start up channels and stuff, so I'm helping them out. So, I know how it is to get bogged down with just random projects all over the place. So, is it safe to assume that you're a PC gamer over console?
I like both, honestly. It depends on the game. Console's pretty damn convenient. There's some games that are better on PC, obviously. I like any kind of like RPG, like Neverwinter Nights. Obviously, I'd rather play on a PC.
Right.
But most of the time, I typically just play console. It's easy.
What's your preferred console?
I don't. I mean, I have both the PS4 and the Xbox. So it just depends. I mean, that's the thing. Largely, I kind of stuck to the Xbox, but PS4 has some really great exclusive games. Like I got done playing Ghost of Tsushima, which is just a fantastic game. Oh my god, that game is great. It is
another monster.
It is such a good story. It better than anything that we're seeing coming out of Hollywood.
Right. Yeah.
And the funny thing too is like it's all about Japanese people, and you know what? I can relate to them.
Right.
They didn't have to be white. I want to make a joke about where's the white people? Where's the diversity in this game?
Right.
It just goes to show you that it has a good story. You don't fucking care.
Right. And that's the big thing about any type of entertainment is if you get the story right, people don't care about all your bullshit background stuff. I mean,
I'm not seeing myself in this video game.
Right. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
So
as hell.
Have you played the new Halo games? Do you like Halo games at all?
No, I never played Halo.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I've never been like a big fan of like first person shooters. That's like my wife's thing, and occasionally I'll get sucked into something like that. But I always liked third person perspective more so than first person. Obviously, there's certain games you have to play, like Cyberpunk. I played that all the way through, and that's first person. And I'm a big fan of Mike Pondsmith's work and big fan of the genre. It's like I gotta play that game all the way through.
All right. So third person games, did you get into the Mass Effect series at all?
Yes.
Yeah. My brother was highly addicted to those games. Still loves the crap out of them.
Mass Effect is at least the first 3 games ish are great. The third one kind of fell flat a bit, but the follow-up game, Andromeda, it's terrible.
See, the multiplayer on Andromeda was actually really fun.
The mechanics of the game was great. I mean, what they did with not actually having like a class anymore, you just picked the power and invested in that was what the series needed. It was great, but they fucked up the story.
Yeah. Usually they only get one part right these days.
Yeah. Sadly.
Okay. Got to address something. Another monster says, "What the fuck? More change? I hate change. I noticed this on Instagram and I thought it was a filter. Where's your face covering, Sir TalksALot? What's next? Comix shaves his head or dyes it blonde?" I don't think we have a lot to worry about with Comix dyeing his hair or shaving his head.
No. Pretty sure I look stupid bald.
I'm pretty sure I would too. Honestly, I don't it takes a special person to pull off the blonde, bald, any of that. There's that's not right. There's a kitty. That's
Tabitha, the live streaming cat.
Hi, Tabitha.
She's the one, and she's about to step on my laptop, so I'm gonna have to close it. Part of the issue is sometimes when you have animals, they get trapped in here, especially when you're streaming. Yeah,
I try to catch mine as fast as possible.
With getting her out because Buddy's in here, and Buddy gets a little aggressive with her.
Yeah,
and he's got a lot of anxiety. So if I was to not have him in my office while we're streaming because my wife is gone, he would be crying like you wouldn't believe. And obviously that does not make for great YouTube.
Right. That 70s rock fan. What's up, bro?
What's up, dude?
It's a pleasure to see such a fine gentleman in the chat.
Yeah, I need to get him back on again.
Yeah, we do. That'd be great. So, my cat, like I have like a 70-pound Labradoodle. He's only 7 months old, and he recently hit our cat Murray in the face, and it caused his eyeball to swell up and stuff.
No.
And I'm like, really? Like, we thought he was going to be like stay a little smaller when we got him. And,
Labradoodles are big dogs. Of course, you can't see Buddy because he's black and he just blends in my shirt. But
right, let's get that full screen.
Yeah, there we go. There he is.
I love the underbite. That's so great.
He's part pug.
He's part work.
Yeah, he's part pug, dachshund, and terrier. And he was abused, so that's the reason why he's got the anxiety.
Rescue.
Yeah. He's rescue. Yeah. All of our dogs are rescues. Yeah.
That's the way to go, honestly. We got ours from a lady who claimed to be a breeder, and it turned out she was a puppy mill.
Yeah.
He had the umbilical hernia when we got him and all kinds of stuff, and he was way younger than we thought he was going to be. So rescuing is definitely a good way to go. I'm all about rescuing animals versus like puppy milling them. Had I known what this lady was like, I probably wouldn't have got our dog. But at the same time, I love that bastard. He's great. So,
yeah, he's sweet. He loves us to death. But my God, if you're a stranger, you're in trouble. Yeah, he gets a bit aggressive. He doesn't snort like that, like the pugs do. My other dog Chug, he's also part pug. He's pug and Italian Greyhound. He doesn't snort. That dog, my God, he looks like he has like this tiny snout. Yeah. But his jaws go all the way back. He's got a big fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that just eats the whole stuffed animal while he's chewing on it.
Well, it's like when he yawns, he opens his mouth because his jaws are huge, but he has like this little stubby snout. And you'd think he's got a small mouth. It's like, no, he's got a big fucking mouth.
Right. He probably looks like one of those missing the beard. Sorry, culture. It'll come back eventually.
I told you my beard story, right? About the reason why I had to shave it.
You did, but let's hear it again.
Oh, okay. So, as we all know, I dye my hair, I dye my goatee, because it's completely gray for the most part. And so I was growing out the beard, which my wife really likes, by the way. And so I went to get my hair done, and I had my goatee dyed and the mustache dyed. And of course, with the rest of it, it just didn't look right. So I was like, all right, go ahead and shave it. And then I just had the goatee and mustache. I was like, I look fucking weird with just the goatee and mustache. And I ended up shaving the mustache off because I was just like, I don't like how I look. I look weird. It's like I look like a college professor or something. I don't know.
See, the mustache either goes like Tom Selleck awesome or like cheesy porn stash. Why is that on your face kind of thing? Like,
I thought I thought it made me look plain. If that sounds weird. Normally, like, facial hair makes you stand out, but I was like, no,
too normal for the division.
Yeah, it made me look very mundane looking.
I can understand that. Lasso says, "Go gray." Distinguished old man.
Oh God, I don't know. It just it makes me look old, in my opinion.
Makes you feel old too.
It makes me feel old. I am old. I still want to feel old.
You're only as old as you feel. So on a good day, we're 15. On a bad day, we're 62. So,
especially like, being I went out to the ranch and I was climbing ladders and shit and jumping off them. And I got this morning, my feet were just like, I was like hobbling like an old man. So I got to get my feet to warm up.
Right. Yeah. Some days I wake up and it feels like somebody punched me in my lower back. And I'm just like, oh, I need some. Does anyone have any of that morphine everybody talks about?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to getting any older.
Right.
Sorry,
you're good. I've always told myself I'll check out about 50 because it's all downhill from there. So
I don't want to be, like the idea of death doesn't frighten me. It's the idea of getting old and useless that frightens me. Being trapped in a mind. Yeah, losing your mind or being trapped in a useless body.
Yeah. Becoming like physically disabled or like mentally handicapped to where the point you don't even remember your own children and stuff. Like that's where it scares me. I'm like,
it's like my stepdad. He's got some health issues going on, I think he's got some issues with his kidneys right now that he recently just got diagnosed with, and it's like, he's like 81, I believe.
So he's up there.
Yeah, he's up there, and part it's the ranch that I have, I bought part of it from my parents because my parents are much older, and they're living in the middle of nowhere, and they end up moving to a city closer to a hospital for my stepdad. So it's just like, it's like, but I'm 47. It's like, I'm not getting any younger. It's like, it'd be great living out there now. But shit, dude. It's like, I don't know if I could live there or be retired.
Right.
Like I said, it's the middle of nowhere. You're nowhere near a hospital or anything like that. Another thing too, that I thought was kind of interesting. Yesterday, have you ever heard not a coyote howl, but a coyote scream?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a woman screaming.
Yeah.
And it's out there wandering around. And it's like, I heard this thing. I look over there. I see this coyote running off. I'm like, coyote. It's like, I should probably bring my gun just in case. And yeah, I mean, when I stayed out there, I brought my gun. But it's like when I'm out there in general, I probably should have one with me just in case.
Yeah, I live in the middle of a suburb, and we get these gigantic packs of coyotes because we're still technically in the desert of Colorado. By my standards, it looks green because it's manicured, but we haven't had rain in like what feels like 2 years. But we get these big ass packs of coyotes, like 30 to 40 of them running in the creek right next to my house. And one day we were out on a walk, and this old couple was walking, and they saw the coyote run up this hill, and they're all like, "Oh, that's so awesome." And the old guy starts walking towards the coyote and stuff. And I'm like, "Hey man, you don't want to do that." He's like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Because
they're wild animals."
Yeah, he's a wild animal, and two, like, he's not by himself. He may look like he's alone, but he's not.
You. Yeah,
like those things will jack your ass up, and you're old and you can't run from them. So like, let's just contemplate life choices for a moment, Don't provoke the coyote comics. They'll prosecute you.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, because that could be taken several different ways when it comes to coyotes. There's the human traffickers known as coyotes, and there's the wild animal.
Right.
Both of them
will tear you apart.
Yeah, probably don't want to mess with. Comix is the coyote.
This is great. Imagine all of us yelling at parked cars at 70 or 80. I hate the government. It would be great. We're coming up, like, I think tonight, as a matter of fact, if we were having the yelling at parked cars tomorrow, it would literally be 1 year to the day that we started doing this shit.
No shit.
Yep. So tonight will technically be our 1 year yelling at parked cars.
When did we start doing that?
November 23rd of last year.
No shit.
Yep.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. I had no idea we've been doing it that long.
Yeah, I got curious the other day and looked it up. So yeah, tonight would technically be a year for us. Like, I'm like, and we don't even realize it. There's just been so much crazy shit going on in the world that we don't even realize we've been yelling for a year. Holy shit.
Oh, knock it off, buddy.
Epic. Yes, it will. 1 year anniversary tonight.
Yeah, since Nick Weiser and Culture are in the chat. We're having Gan Vask on tonight, guys. So
it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fucking pretty awesome.
That's one thing. It's funny. I was like, anything in particular you want to talk about? He's like, not really. I mean, it's like, I don't know much about politics. I'm like, all right, that's fine. He's like, so we'll be talking about some of the stuff that's been going on with like the metal scene and wokeness and whatnot. And
hell yeah, of course,
we'll probably talk about the Rittenhouse case and
it's a pretty hot topic right now.
Yep.
We won't touch on that on this show because we're trying to keep it lighthearted and fun, and we don't want to get too dark. So, yeah. So I hear you have a review for Ghostbusters coming out.
Coming up. I got to record it first, which is what we'll be doing. Which is what I'll be doing after we get done here, since the wife is out. Gives me some prime daytime recording.
Yep. Same here. I'll be recording Thinking Out Loud. I already have one scheduled for this Wednesday. Everybody seems to be loving those, the people who watch it. So I feel like I'm going to stick with that as regular content.
Pretty funny, man.
Triple personality conversations. Like, yeah, look at that. Everybody's just super excited about Dan tonight. Like, so awesome.
That's right, because Nick Weiser being the metal man himself.
Right? Yeah, I feel like those two might have a commandeering effect tonight with the metal scene. So we'll see how that goes.
Yep.
So my brain went dead. As it does happen, the struggle bus is rolling again.
The struggle is real.
Always. This adult ADHD shit's no joke. Kicks my ass a lot.
Well, not only that, I mean, you get stream brain sometimes too, right? I mean, it's like, because it seems like it's fun because it is, but there's a little bit of pressure to it, because you're like, a little bit. But... What was that thing we were talking about again? It's like, I don't fucking remember.
Oh, yeah. We started out with video games, but somehow we wound up here.
Yeah.
So do you like playing board games? Speaking of games?
Yeah, I do. Catan is a game I played once, which was pretty fun.
Yeah. Catan is my favorite board game right now. We're working on getting the Seafarers expansion so we can have a little bit more swashbuckling fun. But that game has gotten every person I've played with addicted to it. And like, it's almost as bad as Cards Against Humanity for my family. Like, those are the two choices. We play Cards Against Humanities or...
Yeah, my neighbor, he's a big board gamer, and we played with him about a year ago, I think. It's like a couple years ago. No, it's like 8 years ago. And he has a lot of fun stuff. We had a good time hanging out, drinking some whiskey and playing some card games and board games.
So. Hell yeah. So Nick Weiser says he's a Connect 4 kind of guy.
Connect 4.
And I won't bash that game. Just years of fun on that one. I mean, we are 90s kids, so we have to stick with the simpler things.
Speak for yourself, man.
I'm
an 80s kid.
Well, I know you is. I'm talking about me and Nick Weiser, old man.
I know.
We have to us millennials have to stick with simple things. We get confused and triggered pretty easily. So
I know.
I'm just glad they don't have any white pieces in that Connect 4 game.
Oh God, I know. It's so racist.
So racist. Oh my gosh. So with the board game thing, like, do you prefer like longer board games, like Monopoly style long, or do you like faster paced board games, more like Sorry and stuff like that?
I mean, I haven't played Monopoly or Sorry in a very long time, but I like both. I honestly like the more newer modern games that they've come out with. Axis and Allies, that's a fun game.
I have seen that, but not played it.
Oh my God, that is a game that you better plan your weekend around it.
Oh, really? So is it kind of like Risk in like strategy?
It is like Risk, but it's a lot more advanced than that. I mean, it's like, you go conquer territories, you have soldiers, planes, and ships and whatnot. Awesome. And I had when I was in high school and college, a friend, and he loved playing Axis and Allies, and that dude would just freaking wipe everybody out. I mean, it would literally take 24 hours to finish a game. It's like we would start playing, and it would be like we would start playing in the evening, and we'd play till probably about noon the next day, and then all go to sleep.
Yeah, man. I couldn't imagine doing that. Like, I see these people doing
it's crazy.
These long ass video game streams and stuff. And everybody knows that I am an old man when it comes to streaming. I burn out about 2 hours in, and I'm like, I need to go to bed. Oh dear. But like, I see these video game streams. Like, who's that one guy that does like the 15-hour streams or whatever? What is his name? I can't remember who it is. There's
Mahler?
One guy in Yeah, Mahler. There you go.
Whoa,
yeah,
he does. Hell? Hang on, let me.
You're good.
Yeah, my dog decided to charge the cat. Unfortunately, the cat didn't run, but it's kind of. I probably should get the cat out of here. So give me a second.
All right, you're good. Well, let's talk to the chat, shall we? We got Keck44 up in here. What's up, bro? I won many bets on Connect 4 working at the pizza joint. How in the world, Nick Weiser, can you win bets on Connect 4?
All right, I'm just gonna leave the door open. That way my dog can go,
right.
come and go as he pleases.
I demand an explanation, Nick Weiser. How do you take bets on Connect 4?
Yeah, that's curious.
I mean, I'm just like, I bet you $20 I get 3 before you. I bet, like, what? That's like betting on, like, Deadpools for celebrities. Have you seen that? Like, there's some places that actually legitimately have Deadpools for celebrities going. Like,
no,
who's gonna die next?
I haven't.
I've seen a couple of those. Like, of course, seedier sides of the internet where it's probably actually illegal to gamble, but like a few of them actually have like Charlie Sheen and I think it was Gwyneth Paltrow at the top. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm sitting here like Betty White's not on there. Keith Richards. Like, we know they're going to live forever, but come on, you got to put them somewhere on the list. Like, if you want to play a game, let's play Deadpool with celebrities. Yeah.
That could be interesting.
Well, it's kind of weird that we live in a world where you can literally bet on anything. I mean, people were betting on the outcome of the presidential election. People bet on, like, you know, who's going to win Oscars. They have betting pools for all kinds of crazy shit. And, like, I'm not a big gambler, but, like, I think I would throw down money on the 24 election. Just saying. I was like, once I see who it is, I'm just going to start throwing money down on that. Be like, let's see if I can get some Bitcoin out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously keeping it light. I don't go too much in that. We could talk about that maybe tonight.
Okay. Another monster says he'll destroy anyone at Risk or backgammon. Well, that's good to know. I mean,
I've never
it's good
played
for
backgammon.
No, me neither. I mean, 70-year-olds need a hobby, I guess.
I thought that was bingo.
Well, that depends. You go to some communities and bingo's like cutthroat, man. Like, I used to go to the bingo hall with my aunt when I was younger, and like those people were like, it was almost like they were trying to decide the fate of the world on who was actually winning at bingo. Like, so it's like watching sports fans on football, you know, American football.
Right.
Hand egg.
That's a good one. I never heard it called hand egg before. That's good.
Apparently, I have a lot of friends overseas and stuff that I didn't realize they were overseas because they're online friends and stuff. And that's the big joke, is that it's hand egg, not football, because soccer is football because you kick the ball with your foot, you know?
Yeah.
So
Well,
have you ever wanted to travel to another country, sir? Have you ever?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
I've been to Switzerland, believe it or not, Austria, Germany.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome.
Just like
Canada.
Fun trips, or
I was like really young when I went to Europe, but I've gone to Canada for work, and of course, you know, being so close to Mexico, I've been to Mexico a few times.
Right.
Not any time recently. Yeah, I was never really big into traveling. I mean, that's kind of the funny thing is that, when you have parents that work in the airline industry, you tend to fly a lot as a kid. So, you know, as an adult, I have like zero desire to fly because I've done it so much.
See, and I don't really want to travel just with the state of the world, but I had a bucket list filled with places I wanted to go. I've never even left the United States.
I would love to go to the UK sometime. I think that would be cool.
If they ever get all this stuff sorted out, I think it'd be wonderful.
Italy, I think, would be kind of cool. I mean, there's being with it's funny because we brought up anthropology so briefly. Being that I have an anthropology degree, I'd love to go to Greece and check out a lot of the ruins. I'd love to go to Crete and check out Knossos. I'd love to go to Rome and check out all the stuff there. I mean, just like kind of like all the big Roman and Greek, monuments, I guess
Yeah.
we can call them now.
See, I've always wanted to see the Parthenon.
Yeah.
Like that is one of the places that I would love to go see. Like just the old temples, like even just some of the old churches in some of the old parts of the world. Like some of the old Romanian churches are so elaborately and ornately built and decorated that like that alone would be worth the trip for me. Like I'm not an overly religious person, but I would actually love to go on a church trip in the old world.
No, I mean you could definitely appreciate religion for what it is, especially the architecture that came out of the Middle Ages and whatnot. I mean, just I think it'd be kind of cool to check out the great cathedrals that they have in France. I mean, it's just like it's one thing reading about it and studying it. It's completely different to actually see it in person.
Yeah. It would be so great to be able to do that. So I had an anthropology question that was actually pretty fun. Damn it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. How far along in technology do you think we would be if we hadn't experienced the religious dark ages where science was illegal? Like, do you think we would actually be more advanced than we are now, or do you think that wouldn't have changed much?
I'm not sure, honestly. That you're kind of I'm not sure how different things would be, because you could potentially hit another stagnation, right? Because of reasons, be it religious or secular. Right now, in a weird sort of way, I feel like we're in a bit of a dark ages culturally. But technologically, I don't think we were really ever truly stifled.
Okay.
What really kind of hurt is when a civilization collapsed. That tends to set us back a bit. I mean, if you look at Rome, for being an ancient civilization, they were pretty advanced for the time period. I mean, we're talking about a culture that had running water, running
water, plumbing, like actual
sewer systems, streets. I mean, you had public fountains where people would go to. They had cisterns and homes for water. And the Romans were pretty advanced, and I'm myself am kind of curious about what would happen if Rome never fell. But even the Romans were kind of technologically stagnant at times. Yeah. So, and that's kind of the big thing too, is that there's time. A lot of cultures basically will prevent technology from advancing because of one thing or another. China is a really good example of this. Look at the Aztec and the Mayans, and that was one of the things I asked my professor about. It's like, we know they had metallurgy. Why didn't they develop metal swords? And it's like, well, a metal sword in the hands of a peasant can basically make them a god too. And if you know anything about the Maya specifically, is that their priests were, kind of divine
living
and godlike
deities.
Living deities. So you give a peasant a metal sword, and it kind of changes. It's the reason why the same thing happened in China, where there's a reason why you didn't give peasants swords.
Right.
Because when you have an oppressive government, it's like the peasants will get uppity, as we've seen
only a little bit.
Times. Yeah,
only a little bit. So, random question: if you could time travel back to see any living civilization, which one would you choose?
Oh God, Rome.
Yeah,
Greece. Mainly because they are just kind of the foundations of Western civilization.
Right. Yeah.
And just to actually see what it actually looked like, because there's a lot of things that we've kind of discovered over time. If you ever seen the movie Gladiator, there's some stuff in there that they just freaking nailed. When they're showing the Colosseum, and they have like the pole sticking out, and they're running these canvas tarps to cover the people inside.
Yeah, the awnings.
Because basically, that for a number of years they're trying to figure out what are these holes for that they found in the
at the top of the Colosseum.
Top of the Colosseum. And they basically realized it was to basically put awnings up to protect people from the sun.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. It's actually seeing it, because there's a lot of misconceptions. Everyone thinks of like the white togas, like
right.
But that was like
do the stereotypical like Roman noble ideas of everything Rome. And see, I think I would travel back to find out how they built Pumu Punku in South America, because the edges on them and stuff are damn near machined. like on the stones that they have there, and I would love to figure out how with ancient technology they were able to get such precise cuts on things. I'm a nerd like that though. So like how they built the aqueducts and how like just what went into it.
Well, that's one of the things I'm talking about is a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
The reason why we're set back is that literally overnight when Rome collapsed, people forgot how to build columns.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of that is that knowledge just gets lost. I mean, think about if something was to happen to our civilization and suddenly, people forgot how to build a combustion engine or how a coal-fired plant worked. That's scary. It's really scary if you think about it. Well, and it's that whenever there's a setback like that, there has to be that period of rediscovery and figuring things out. Or maybe if there was a collapse of our civilization, people would never figure it out again. And maybe we're living at a very feudal level again.
Maybe.
What if, hey, knock it off. Sorry, my dog is
You're good.
Because I opened the door, my other cats start wandering, and of course my dog has to be a butthead. Knock it off.
So what are your feelings on how quickly we advance in technology these days? Like, do you think it's too fast sometimes, or do you think we need to go faster? Because about every 5 years, we jump ahead about 25 years in technology.
Hang on a second.
You're good. That 70s rock fan, that would be great. Honestly, I would love to go back in time to see the Beatles play anything. The Cavern in Hamburg would be one of the greatest shows to catch, though. I agree with that. I would also just like to be able to catch them perform a live set of Here Comes the Sun. I know, very popular song, but I'm super addicted to that song. I don't know why. It's a great song. And yes, cats and dogs living together in harmony, obviously, as you can tell by my guest being absent. Got to deal with the chaos a little bit.
God. Oh my God, what a pain! I had to close my door. If my dog starts screaming, I had to let him back in. But
you're good.
Yeah,
I know how it is.
He's loud and annoying. Because like when my wife left, he started screaming, crying, really. But
so, do you think it's a good thing that we advance so quickly in technology these days?
Okay, so technology is a double-edged sword, right? Especially when we don't know how to deal with it. Social media is a good example of something that our brains have not evolved to learn how to deal with.
For real.
Twitter is not real life.
No, Twitter is not a real place. The people you meet there can be real. The interactions you have are, but don't get wrapped up in it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's stuff I'd love to talk about we can't get into.
So what technological advancement would you have liked to have seen these days that we haven't gotten? Like flying cars, hoverboards, jet suits, colonizing the moon,
interstellar travel, I think, is a big one. Part of the reason why is because we are one rock away from, having our entire species wiped out.
Right.
And as much as humanity is great and terrible at the same time, I'd like to see our species survive. Oh, here we go. All right, gotta open the door.
That's a happy dog.
He's wandering off now. It's actually pretty funny every single time. Oh, he stopped. No, he's starting back up again. 1 second. Buddy, come on.
And now we listen as the drama unfolds.
Now it's just my dog and me in my office. There's no cats for him to terrorize. Come on, up here. Come on. There we go. For an aggressive little shit, you sure are a whiny baby. That's so much anxiety. Oh.
So, interstellar travel. Do you think that we would colonize the moon before we get there, or are we just going to try to jump to interstellar?
That's a good question, man. Obviously, having a moon base would be a good place to start.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I would like to see us get off and start exploring, the galaxy. I think that would be kind of neat. the other thing too that I think would be great, and we're kind of getting there, and it's stuff I would love to see, but I have concerns about is cyberization, prosthetics, life extension, stuff like that. I think that would definitely benefit us. I love the ideas of like cyber brains and ghost in the shell, but I know that if we were to even develop that, it would be used to control people more than to enhance. And that's the thing more so than I'm concerned about when it comes to humans or transhumanism in general, which I'm slightly for, is that it would be used to manipulate and control people more so than benefit us as a species, right? Yeah. That's the ultimate thing I'm worried about, is that if we start putting like chips in our heads, what can be done to manipulate people and control people?
Right. The last thing you need is somebody hacking into your brain and rickrolling you nonstop for 10 hours. I mean,
well, not just that, but just like, manipulating data and information. I mean, it's bad enough as is on social media. And again, not getting too into the weeds with the whole thing with Kyle Rittenhouse. I mean, just look at the lies that were told about that kid. And when you actually watch the trial, the actual truth, but just how misinformed a lot of people are about those type of topics. And it could only get worse.
Celebrities.
Yeah.
As we've seen, especially celebrities. We can talk more about that tonight.
Yeah.
But see, and the technology that I'm excited for is going to be available next year for commercial buying, which is the Jetson 1 flying car. Right now, retail price is $94,000, but it's quad rotor, triple redundant flight computer. It has max elevation settings that can be adjusted so you don't go over like 30 feet or you don't go over 300 feet, depending on the areas that you're in. Like, would you buy one of those? A Jetson 1? Have you seen that?
I haven't heard anything about it. I know they've been trying to do like a flying car for ages, and a lot of stuff that they've showed has been like, not really.
Right, hold on.
A lot of stuff I've seen is that, there's like a plane that has folding wings, essentially, that's like car-like. Yeah. But actual flying cars, I think a lot of that's just been like a scam.
So check this out. This is the launch video for the Jetson 1. I'm not sharing sound because they have a copyrighted song on it, but like, this is actual footage of the first one that they sold flying around. And like full vertical takeoff. Like, I want one of those. It looks so good.
Yeah, like, that's not really a car, though, from what I can tell. I mean, it looks freaking cool. That's different than what I've seen.
Yeah.
There's the stuff that was more like a car. That looks more like I want to say like an Osprey. But that's
But these are commercially available next year.
Damn, that's pretty freaking cool.
I want one of those so bad.
The issue with that is obviously you're gonna have to have some form of pilot's license.
Yes, you will need a pilot's license, and it is not currently approved by the FAA. But it's just a matter of time for some rich guys that are like, "Hey guys, here's my money. Let me fly this."
That looks pretty cool, though. Yeah, but it's not like those. I would not consider that to be a flying car.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It doesn't roll on the ground. So.
Yeah, I consider that to be more of like a rotor type, flying device.
Yeah.
It's a helicopter with 4 propellers.
Yeah, I won't argue with that, but it's still cool as shit.
Yeah, it's still fucking cool.
But okay, so we hit the 45-minute mark, roughly. So I think we'll start the wind down, honestly. So, you got anything coming up people should know about?
Oh, good Lord. Besides tonight, there's Yelling at Park Cars, which Sir TalksALot will be joining me, along with the usual suspects of Culture Casino and 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. And, of course, Dan Vask. And I'll be in the process of working on my Ghostbusters Afterlife review, which will be late because I didn't work on it yesterday because I was too tired. So that will probably, hopefully be out tomorrow.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, 1 year anniversary. That's crazy. We'll have to talk about it tonight. Yeah.
I have a very important question to ask. Is your review on Ghostbusters going to be your like guy at the bar thing? Because those are badass. I love those. That's a fantastic way to do your videos. Like,
it's pretty funny. I don't remember what got me the idea of doing that because I bought the avatars back in 2019. I used them for not a very long time. And then after the face reveal, I stopped using them.
Right.
Now I even used them on FNT for a little bit too, before the face reveal. But so I decided to bring that back mainly because I felt like I was taking myself way too seriously. Yeah. And I wanted to bring more kind of like humor and fun to stuff again, like I used to. Which is the reason why I brought it back. And so and part of the issue with that is it takes a lot of time when it comes to recording a video and then editing it together and having to find the right avatar. It's a lot of work, but I think the end product is honestly,
dude, pretty so funny. Good, man. The work that you put into that is worth it. Like, I love the format on those videos. Just the whole at the bar being like, really? I don't think so. Just like,
well, I started doing that with talking about the bisexual Superman or gay Superman or whatever. Yeah. And I opened that with a blue hair land whale. And I want to start getting avatars created for blue hair land whale so I can stop using just that icon. Yeah. And actually have like characters for her. So I can start working a lot of that stuff in. And so the funny thing is I had her basically going off on some stuff, and then it's just like, fuck, I go to the bar. And so it just kind of stuck.
Like, okay, this isn't a rag on anybody in the community, but I like that you're putting more creativeness into it than just doing like recording a live stream and then editing it for commentary purposes and stuff. Like, I still enjoy the standard like Fandom Menace style content that comes out where it's the guys talking about it, like Gary. Never get sick of that. Yeah. But like the way you put that spin on it just like puts a whole new level on your content for me, because like I see the dedication that goes into it. I see how much fun you're having with it, and like it just takes it to a whole new level. Like, I'd like to see an avatar like that of Az at some point, where he's just like, just big fat avatar guy.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I've decided to. I contacted Russ, the guy that did my original avatars, and I'm like, hey man, it's like I want to get some more, because I can only cycle through so many, and it's fine. But there's like a posture, like a position where it's just like just standing there. I don't have one for that. And that's like I need one for like that when blue hair lamb when it comes in, stuff like that. And yeah, I mean it's fun. I actually got a lot of compliments on it. Somebody was saying on FNT how much he really liked the new format. It's like, yeah, it's kind of the old format, but
it feels new in today's
it feels world. New because I haven't used it in like a year.
Yeah.
So I mean, the majority of the thing that's funny about it, the majority of the people that probably has said to me from FNT have never seen me do this because they've seen me in person. Right. They've never seen the old shtick. A lot of my older content I privated because it just I was trying to like consistent brand messaging, because I did the voice initially, and then there's some people, and this is why you got to appreciate your audience, but don't always take their advice. Right. Because there's lots of people that did not like the fact that I dropped the voice and the animated avatar. And so and they didn't unsub, but that's what they were used to, right? So now now that I brought it back, that I think made a lot of people happy. Yeah. And made a lot of people confused at the same time. So that's great. More of the story is, if you find a shtick, just stick with it. If you don't want to use the shtick, just create another channel. You don't do the shtick on that channel. So
right. Speaking of shticks, make sure you guys at home catch my Wednesday Thinking Out Loud. That's my standard 3-personality skit that I record in a single conversation. No separation on the characters. I literally roll from one accent to the next, having an argument with myself or whatever. It's
I
great.
don't know how the fuck you pull that off without stumbling, dude. I mean, I fuck up so many lines recording.
Well, it does take a bit of practice, but eventually you can just be like, I feel like doing something different today.
Oh, I could do that. I can switch between Comix Division and the Blue Hair Land Whale. And I just cut the clip and drop in the the effects for the audio.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I felt like it was something fun. So make sure you guys check that out. Of course, I don't have to tell you this, but sub to Comix Division if you're not. Which, if you're watching me, you're probably subbed to Comix Division because I'm here largely due to him.
And if you sub to me, you should probably sub to Corey.
Yeah, you should probably. If you're here, you might just want to tickle that subscribe
button. To Corey, yeah.
And of course, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, Culture Casino. Oh yeah, Culture Casino is going to be on next week. It's going to be fantastic. I have no idea what we're talking about. That's a lie. I do, but I'm not going to talk about it yet. But anyway, guys, thank you all for joining us. Again, I don't have an exit video. I should have thought about that. But
yeah.
Oh, well. Until later tonight, we'll catch you later. And as always, have a wonderful time.